Hello, 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 everyone. There he is. There's the star of the show. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are joining me from, and my friend Cole from. Thank you for coming. We welcome you to an exceptionally fun-filled and planned Friday edition of The Bunker. Now, I have no idea what Cole's eating, so that's kind of nerve-wracking. As always, he's here, and thankfully at the moment he's in the chair so you can see him in the Cole cam. Cole, the pug, he's getting snuggled up. I know I tried to get some extra lighting on him, and we'll improve this lighting setup in the future. But as always, thank you all so much for joining me today. And first off, please, if you don't mind, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to ask if you could please just hit the like button for me if you are able to. I say this a lot, and it really does seem to help. But every time you guys click the like button, it helps the reach of the video. It helps more notifications go out. And that's really the only way I know to make sure that people know the show's going on live, and that YouTube will actually share it. So definitely, if you don't mind, please hitting the like button. That's really all I ask of you today, and that's really all this cute, amazing dog Cole is asking of you today, and it's so wonderful of you. I want to say thank you for every time you guys have clicked the like button. For example, like the last episode of The Bunker was the safety episode. That was our 6th show, believe it or not. And I knew it was going to be I guess you'd call it barn burner of a live episode. It had over 2,000 views and goodness gracious, well over 250 likes, I believe. So I thank you so much for doing that. That's by far the record of any live stream I've ever done. The numbers as far as like likes and things like that. So you're definitely helping out there. Thank you so much. And we're just getting going here. And today's main topic is trash picked CRTs. Now, I see a lot of you guys coming in the chat. There's been a lot of early activity in there. Thank you all so much. I'm going to get to some shout outs, sorry, here in a second. So thank you all for joining in, and feel free to chime in the chat, because again, we're talking about the main topic. First off is going to be trash picked CRTs. And I'm going to get into way more about that here in a minute. But as always, for about the first 10 to 12 to 15 minutes, I have other things planned. And that way the show notifications get pushed out, people come in, and takes about 15 minutes for everything to get done. And go ahead. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Joe Ray6, for subbing up. Hello, Brian Harmon. Thank you for coming in. I see you here. Mercury, right? Oh, that's a fancy way, I think. Thank you for coming. And Aethriel Meowstick. Man, I'm almost getting good at this. Zero Sleep, thank you all for showing up. Let's see, we had some other people. PO17, good to see you here. Demo Kirby, thank you. Ronnie, welcome in. Everybody, welcome in. We're going to have a fun time. Andre, I saw you here early. Chris Boom, Senely Deluxe, Mega Cards, thank you for liking. Pasadillo, welcome. All right, cool. Everything's good. Let's see what's going on first before we get into this with the Cole cam. Yeah, he's chilling out. We got a purple theme going here, I guess, accidentally. So I got the purple me. He's got the purple little girlfriend there with him. So that's all good. And hey, Belmont, welcome in. Thank you for showing up today. Hope you aren't working too hard. Waiting on concrete, of course. Excellent. Accomplishing real things out there. Spiral Light, welcome in. So, yeah, before we jump in to our main topic here, I want to give you guys a roundup. I've been working, I've been working a lot on not only CRT restorations, but also the trash finds. That's like extra bonus work, right? And excuse me. Beyond that, I wanted to finish up another comparison video for you all, because the last one did really well. The one from last week, which was the comparison of the two 8-inch CRTs. We had the PVM versus the regular KV8 CRT, and that got, I mean, it's only been out for, let me see the analytics here. It's been out for, well, of course, you go to the analytics, it shows you everything. It's got about 4,400 views, and it's been out for just about a week. So that's really great for, I mean, most of the videos that I make. And I mean, I don't think I get in trouble for doing this. So hopefully there's nothing, I don't believe there's anything like that you guys can see on your screen that will matter. But yeah, you can just see some analytics here for real. So good job. Thank you so much. So I've got another comparison video. Let's even see if we'll just close out that studio there. And this is the stuff that's coming up in a second. But let's see if our buddy Cole's there. Okay. I just wanted to say thank you all for watching that one and another comparison videos. Like, I just finished it. I have not even uploaded it, but it's done editing. It looks good. It's between this. Look, let me finish off this, the Sony Color Watchman. I finally got to it, and I have to say a huge thank you to Supra Guy CRT over here on YouTube. So if he shows up, he can post in the comments and post a link, because he's actually a moderator here, I believe. So should be able to do that. But he sent this over for me to just review and check out. And man, this is a cool CRT. Color Watchman. Color Watchman. Color screen. Composite video input. And this goes head to head with this right behind me. And this is another viewer sent this one in, Josh, the Mega Watchman. And this is the black and white Mega Watchman, specifically FD500. And I do go through how to use these and how to like get a signal into this. So if you're concerned with seeing these kind of devices and not knowing how to use these and get, again, RF into these machines, even if all you do is get the back and it looks like that, it just has an earphone or a phono jack or something like a headphones jack over here. That's what it looks like. It says antenna. I can show you how to hook that up, and it's in that video. I think I'm going to have it ready for tomorrow about 12 Eastern time. That's when I'd really like to have it all uploaded. So let's hope that YouTube doesn't find anything problematic with the video. I doubt they will. They never do. And then that's going to go head to head with this Color Watchman. All right. And this is a rarity. Again, I have never seen one of these before this, had the opportunity to use this. So special thank you again to Super Guy CRT. And I will come back after the show and add a link to his channel in the description of this live stream today, because the pinned comment is always reserved for the spot of the actual starting of our main topic, which again, everyone, is the trash picked free CRTs. But that video will be out tomorrow, so please set your calendars and be on the lookout, because I don't think you're going to want to miss it. You're going to want to see how these work and how they go head to head. And it was just a fun project, fun little video, and it's worth it. You don't have to go and try to hunt down one of these crazy rare CRTs and pay a bunch of money for them. You can vicariously enjoy the experience of it through these little short videos and the comparison breakdowns between them. So I hope you enjoy that tomorrow. And that is, woo, that's a heavy box. Even though it's just a little CRT, it's a beefy one. But that's coming tomorrow, everybody. So thank you again. Thank you all for your patience here. And if anybody wants to guess how it's possible to do that magic, it's through, of course, the other reviewed device recently done on the channel, the Reflex RF from our boy, Mr. Add-ons. This is the review unit, and actually I believe maybe the actual units went on sale yesterday. If anybody got a notification, or if anybody wants one of these, it might be like right now. I don't know. You might need to go check it out. This is how cool is this? He actually dropped the He actually dropped the price $5 on the unit. How awesome is that? That's like a 12% price drop for everybody. How cool, huh? So I love this thing. It's really, for me, it's unbelievable how much space I can save using this little guy to hook up for demos and, again, comparisons like I did before between these two CRTs. It's really much easier using something so small as the Reflex. Look, I can almost fit it in my mouth. Oh, see? It's very compact. All right. Anyway, that's enough goofiness for today. Thank you again, everybody. Love the Superman mug. There you go. Still full of coffee. I was thinking I really need to do an after dark edition of the bunker with my friend, and hopefully this will happen soon. And I'm going to put them both on notice, but after dark it's going to be me, and it's going to need to be 2 other people at least. It's going to need to be a live show with me, 8-Bit Esquire, and Mike Chi. That's what it's going to need to be, okay? So if you're here right now and you're seeing that, yes, I'm kind of teasing them, and they don't have anywhere to hide, okay? They know that. If they see that, let them know. They don't have anywhere to hide. It's coming. Hey, Aethriel. Happy birthday, my friend. Thank you for being here. How awesome is that? Everybody, please wish Aethriel a happy birthday. I love that. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful birthday. I hope all your dreams come true. And maybe you will have a lucky day and a CRT will show up on your curb. Kind of like it did on mine. Hey, welcome, Tech Dad. Welcome, Northern Virginia. Wow, that is really close. That's where I am in the Shenandoah Valley here. And over in the Rockingham County. Rockingham County, JMU. That's why I've got purple on. All right, yeah. Everybody, please wish Aethriel a happy birthday. And I didn't see, did James Boone come in? I did see them. If he did, what's up, James? And Kat and Ronnie. All right. So we've gone about 14 minutes. So that's pretty much plenty of time. So this is the time when we will jump in. And let me see here. Let me make sure I'm not getting some special flag here. Okay. No, we're good. All right. Hey, all right. Cool. All right, cool. So yeah. Let's Tech Dad. Big time Dukes guy here. I'm a season ticket holder to all the sports, and I'll go to even the ones that are free, so just fun stuff. All right, let's get in here. This is the time. It is 14 seconds on my clock, so it might be about 13 and a half minutes on the screen, but we're going to put the timestamp right here, and let's get into our main subject. And again, everybody, if you haven't done it already, please do me that favor of clicking the like button. It does help. It does let everybody know, and it sends out a couple notices. And honestly, when you click the like button and all you do is that, it sends out, and it gets about 10 more views for this show. So it's really helpful. I really appreciate it, and thank you anybody who does take the time to do that. And we're going to talk about these free CRTs. Now, I don't know, I've got the plan here. I've got this one that I've gotten for free. Now, this is not one I found on the trash recently. This is one, though, I want to open up and adjust because it works good, but it was one I got for free earlier. It's been sitting here for a long time. I'm going to get it cleaned up, and I'm taking it with me. I'm taking it with me to the Music City Multicon at the end of this month. And then I've been talking over with my friend Chris over at Displaced Gamers, and he'll be there with me in my booth. And we're like, well, we should do like a raffle for it. So you pay, hey, thank you, Tony. We should do like a raffle for it. So you pay like $5 or $10 and you get a raffle ticket. And if you win this awesome CRT that again will be adjusted. And it's not, I'm not going to go in here and like fully recap the entire thing. We're going to clean it. We'll run a couple adjustments on it, and make sure it's good. If there's any parts that are obviously busted, we'll change those out. So I've got that one here, which is live, which is in person. All right, really here. And then I have the other ones that are upstairs in the loading area of the shop. If I go back here to the dashboard, that's what I have on this side. Oops, sorry about that. I have a photo album of about 30 pictures of my trash picked CRTs. So I was thinking, the pictures are not going to take as long. Plus, we can follow up on my Twitter page where I've posted some more information about this and shown you that. So, well, let's start with that and kind of climax to the actual teardown on this. Let's go that path. I think that'll probably be the more fun way. So, what happened here? Well, this is a funny story. So, golly, I'm a first off, let's see. Oh, he's still down there sleeping. I just have to make sure. Okay, great. Again, thank you everybody for being here, and thank you for dropping that like. I have the greatest wife a man could ask for, right? She's comes in from a jog around the neighborhood, and we're having a chat in the evening, and she says, "Hey, oh, I forgot to tell you, I saw a couple of big old TVs down the street today when I was walking the dog." And I was like, "Really?" He said, "Yes." So there's one day I want to say, it's about every month that my city will come around and pick up anything you just about throw out there at the street. Anything. So that includes CRTs. And I have gone out there and found other CRTs that are buried in storage that I'll do another episode on them in the future. But these CRTs were basically a gift from my wife's perception, seeing them and knowing what I do here and what we do here. And so she says, "Go down there and check them out." So I was like, well, I'm immediately going. I hopped in the car, I got over there, and my goodness, I ran into two amazingly large CRTs. And what I'd like to do is I'm going to put you on the cold cam, and I'm going to pull up my Twitter feed because I have the original video here of when I found these CRTs. And I thought, I was kind of concerned that the person that I drove up to their house was going to not be very happy with me doing that. So I've got that. Great. Here's that video. And I'll turn that up there, and we'll just try to push this live, but let's go back to this dashboard right here. And this was the first post I did about it. Let's see if we can't get. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to pause our music, and we're going to play these short videos and maybe get some sound. I'll see on the feed over here on the mixer if anything comes in.
Oh my, folks, what do we have here
on Trash Night? We got some old CRTs, don't we? We got some Samsung CRTs we're about to snatch up. Oh my goodness, my wife told me there were some on the street. Let's get them in to the shop and see what they're like. All right, first off, you could tell that I was kind of giddy, like a little kid. Excited to find these things. All right, I'm sorry. I know it's only 15 seconds and you just saw it. I'm just going to play it again so I got the headphones on.
What do we have here on Trash Night? We got some old CRTs, don't we? We got some Samsung CRTs we're about to snatch up. Oh my goodness, my wife told me there were some on the street. Let's get them in to the shop and see what they're like. Sorry. It's pitch dark there when I'm doing this. Like, you can tell, you hear the crickets and everything, and I'm right outside these people's house. Right outside their house. I don't understand. The people don't like. I was laughing with my wife right after she told me, and I went and picked these up. I said, "Yeah, I went and got them." And she said, "What's wrong with these people? Why don't?" I said, "Yeah, you figure by now they would at least tell me they were going to throw these out and just say, 'Hey, you want $5?'" Oh my goodness, yeah, people. Here we go. Look at this. This is the pit. Think it's plit, but it's the plot. I don't know what happened to my. Here we go.
So I got them back. These were not these look. These are not these were not light CRTs. They were HD style middle 2000s and 27 inches each one of them, and they were heavy. So thankfully I'd been doing my exercise routine, and I picked them up with ease and tossed them in the back of the vehicle, and drove them on up to the shop. And this is when I offloaded them and took a first good look at them. Let's review this footage here.
So, I hear most people complain about their partners not wanting them to bring home CRTs, or getting them in hot water when they bring home some CRTs. But I've actually got a wife that told me the neighbors had 2 CRTs out on the streets on dump day. Now, unfortunately, these don't have power cables in them right now, because some crackhead ran around and just snipped half the power cable off these. But this is a Samsung from 2003. It's a big one.
All right, here's the thing. I don't understand who cut these power cables, because they were trimmed back. It was like they cut off like less. They left more power cable than they cut off. It was so much left. So I had no idea why, but both of them were clipped in that fashion. It's like that, or it's like the owner, again, self-sabotaged them so that no one would come and use them. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who he or she thought they were messing with.
And anyway, it looks like about a 27-inch widescreen CRT, maybe. Or no, maybe 4x3. Flat screen, though. And then this is a little bit newer. This looks like that HD TV Slim Fit TV. We finally found a Slim Fit in the garbage. The Slim Fit Samsung. Look, it's even got the HDMI in. We'll get to test this turd once we.
I got cut off there. Test the turd, baby. Test the turd. I don't know. There's some people who says you can do some good things with them. I've never had the opportunity. This is one I've had on my radar for a while, but it's not one you really want to put a bunch of investment into initially. So I was lucky here, right? I get to save them. They probably like, dadgummit, he still took it. If I come out and like the neighbors start smashing them with hammers, oh, I'm not going to be happy. Yeah, I wanted to mess with both of them because the Samsung's kind of a mess. Or the flat one is. The thin flat one is. The other one, the fatter, older one, is amazing. I'm absolutely like struck by this CRT, and I'm so happy to get this thing. I'm really considering how I'm going to incorporate this into my home setup. It needs a vicious cleaning, which I'll show you pictures in a minute. These are pictures that I should have in the file, so I'm not going to get into that more. Let's see. This was the FW900, and that's some more testing. All right, that's stuff there. So let's watch this little clip here. This was when well,
here
we go.
Check this out. This is a 27-inch flat screen tube on the CRT. And just look at how like awful that edge geometry is to start with. And I bet it never looked much better than this, but I know there's that strobing light, but try to see just how wonky it looks. And it's a pretty common problem with a flat screen CRT. That's a good shot. You can kind of see how it just looks crazy. Oh, well.
Okay, so that was, you could kind of see just from, I only had the N64 up there to test them after I got it working, which I'll show you some pictures of that. I thought there was one more clip here. Sorry, no. Okay, that's a clip of it running. It's a big smeared mess, kind of. It's not that great. But this one's amazing. So I'm going to show you some stuff on this one. I think I have the same clip in the file. This is the Dynaflat Pro, which PO17 was mentioning about, hey, Don Honk, I think I was getting messages from you. Don't worry, I'll get back to you after the stream. But thanks for checking in. And we're going to look at that one too. That's the one that I'm like in love with right now for a trash find CRT. So you can kind of see some clips of there looking awesome running S-Video with WCW Revenge. So let's just go now. I don't think there's anything. All right, that's it. Let's go over here and get into the files. So we can take a closer look at these pictures, okay? I'll resize myself for some. Let's check on our boy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he's out like a light. So everybody, first off, remember we have birthdays in the chat. So if anybody still wants to wish Ethereal, finally got it, a happy birthday, they can do that. And also drop a like for the show if you have not. Thank you. Anyway, here we go. Let's get in here. Here's a closer look at this. This is the Slim Fit, right? Slim Samsung Fantastic Slim Fit. Now, the thing about this is a similar thing to that B&O thing. I absolutely love the design of this television just from first looking at it, right? It's eye-striking. And I've seen it at conventions where you go into the convention hall and there's just 30 or 40 CRTs in there. You see one of them and you're like, wow, look, there's one of those. It's really cool looking because it's thinner than everything else. And it was substantially thinner than the Samsung that was left beside it, which is the Dynaflat. Good morning, Abe. Here's some pictures of it. Thankfully, these scratches are just on the bezel. There's no scratches on the screen. The screens and tubes themselves are in pretty much as good a condition as you could ever imagine or want, ask for, I should say, from a trash-picked CRT. So before I forget, let me get that jazz going, friends. Let me get that jazz going. There we go. We got to get that. We got to get that calmness of the Friday afternoon. I might listen to it with you, folks, because it does. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside, and how blessed and fortunate I am to do what I get to do here with you all. Hey, Grail. Thank you for coming. It's just a wonderful experience to sit here and talk about something that you love and have others enjoy it with you live, and actually being passionate about something and get to grow that into something special here. So let's go. Let's move on. We're gonna eventually get through these pictures. Okay, this is the sleek design. Channel up, channel down, volume menu. Big. I like this. I like this thing. I like how they have these big, just like power button. It's just. It's funny. It's cool. It's little. It's just the little things. I like a big, bam, power button, you know? So many times I feel like you get this tiny power button. And somebody at Samsung was like, no, sir. We're going with the big power button on this one. Big one. So there you go. You got an indicator light there and an infrared receiver for your remote control. And then you get all these cool little features they would love to throw on the bezels of CRTs. The Slim Fit TV, Dolby Digital. And I know, right? These things are filthy because, of course, they came right from the garbage. Hey, Edward. Take them, yes. Tell her she needs to upgrade for tenant's sake. Oh, yeah, you gotta have that big power button. Excellent. So, I love to hear it. Man, wow. Ethereal. Those are some massive CRTs. Those won't even fit in my house right now. I can't get over a 32-inch CRT in my house right now. Inside. It's not happening. It won't fit through the doors here. The house was built in the 60s. I'd have to literally resize one door to get it in. It's crazy. I don't understand. It's too tight. Like corners. Doesn't make sense, but that's why they don't come inside. Not the big ones. Okay, so you're looking at it closer. And yeah, if anybody wants to fill in people on how these work or any tips, I know PO is probably going in there and telling everybody about it. But this is just a look at that slim design. I do also kind of like the fact that the power cable is over here on the side, a little isolated on its own, right there. And so that's not a bad feature. Let me turn this jazz down again. Sorry, I think it was going a little too hot. Little too hot, everybody. And here we go. The point everybody wants to see is the back of the TV. Look at this input board is unreal. First off, let's look at this label and see what we can find out here. This is a Samsung specific model TX-S2782H. And just looking for anything that may be unusual. No, nothing. 110 to 120 volts, 60 hertz. So it's a specifically NTSC television, 165 watts. It's kind of not a huge amount of wattage use for a television like this. Here's our chassis number. Manufactured all the way up into May of 2006. Wow, this is definitely late edition for a CRT, isn't it? Okay. Input board time. Look how nasty this guy is. Ladies and gentlemen, we have total nastism. And this is the reason you should not bring these inside the place where you dwell. Because you should open these up and blow them out. And you don't want those nasties inside. Now, if we... Sorry about that. We zoom in here. Pretty standard stuff on this side. We have an AV1 that has a ability to do an AV out. Okay, just standard composite and stereo audio. And then we have two component inputs here. 1 and 2. And these this says it can do digital 480i, P, 720p, and 1080i. So we can guarantee ourselves most likely we're going to get smacked in the face with a fat sack of dirty lag. But we shall find out. That's right. I hope you heard Cole snore. It's not me. It's not my stomach growling. It's Cole. So don't be mad at me for those sound effects. Those aren't intended. All right. Then we have, look at this. We have 2 HDMI inputs, baby. And an optical out. This is like what I would see on the panel of my... Whoops, man. What I would see on the panel of my plasma screen from this time period. Something else that's interesting. An upgrade port. So maybe if we get some genius out there to upgrade the firmware and unlock it, who in this amazing community is that dedicated and that talented at that profession? I don't know. Look at this. Then you have this sneaky input over here on the side, which has an S-video input, and then it has mustard, mayonnaise, and ketchup for you. Okay? That's an input right there. And then you got a little data up here. Goodness, I don't need to do that one. There we go. TXS2788 or 82HXXAA. Serial number, version number. I'm not really sure what all that's meaning, but all I had to do was replace that power cable. And then I got a slimy Mario on the screen. A big fat slimy it's a me on the screen. And man, this TV, I was using the S-Video input to do this. Okay, let's see what else we got. Yeah, there it is. The console of all consoles right under my picture. Let me move myself out of your screen. You can see it there. Yes, the N64. And that's going into S-Video here. And it's blending everything, right? It does not look like a CRT very much. No siree. It looks like plasma or something. It's like it's being scaled to 480i, and it might just be in 480i. The truth is, I've not had time to do anything besides test it and run it for a while. I played games on it for a while and didn't have any troubles. But I have lag testing equipment and experience with that, so don't worry about it. That is all coming. That's all coming. I just don't have time right this second to do all of it. But I wanted to make sure these were good before I adopted them into my family. Now, I think I have a couple more images of Slimy Mario there on the screen. Let's see what this is, the clip that I had earlier. I don't think we... Let's see here. I do not believe we watched this clip. I don't believe so. I'm not entirely sure. Let's figure that out. I don't think so, though. Alright, so you can see that I have actually gotten the Samsung to work, and right now I'm using N64, but all I really had to do was get a spliced in power cable, and this is just temporary because I'm going to open it up before I take it inside and see what's living inside. It's very dirty, and again, it was in the trash. There's the model number right there. It is an S-Video. There's an input over on this side, and right there. And just from looking at the picture initially, you could tell there's a lot of processing going on here, because it's definitely giving me a 480i image, like it's scaled up from 240p. So interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see the lag test results of this TV and more. All right, so yeah, there you can see that's the first test I did. That's really all the testing I did on this set. I played some Mario, played some Revenge, right? And that's really all I've got on that one, because this literally happened 2 nights ago. And now we can look at the one that I think is probably a bit more exciting. More exciting if you're actually looking for something, I think, to play games on. And that is this Dynaflat, the Samsung Dynaflat, everybody. So the Dynaflat was sitting right next to it. It is Insurrection Industries on that cable. So we'll figure all that stuff out. I know a lot of people are asking about modern consoles. I'm going to lag test every input, see what it does, kind of on a scaling thing, see what it's trying to do. Because there might be some good resolutions for it for gaming. Otherwise, it might just end up as like a weird movie style watching CRT. All right, so the Dynaflat Pro, another 27-inch. This looks a lot like a 27-inch Trinitron, kind of, from the front. It's got the silver bezel. You get half the big fat circular power button, menu, plus minus, channel up and down. This looks a lot like what you'd expect. Like, if you weren't paying attention walking past it, you could think this was a Trinitron almost, right? So it's kind of a copy off that. This was the earliers. So that is right here, covered in a bunch of funk. Has the same cool S-Video input on the side, though. And this time they've added a headphone jack right there. So you could plug in your whatever you want to. You could actually plug in a stereo or anything out of that. And got S-Video right there. So this one, you kind of tell from the back, it's much broader, much wider. Definitely packs, I feel like, a little bit more weight. If we look here at our information, this family must have loved Samsung because they bought these two big TVs around the same time period, in the early middle 2000s. So this one was made in 2003 March, 190 watts. K55A chassis. And then if we look over here at the model number, it's a TXN 2745FP. And then we get over here the inputs, and you can just see some more scuzz on here. And look, I don't like that scuzz, and neither do you. So it's okay if you don't want to look. If you dislike the scuzz, you can also dislike this show. Go ahead, hit the dislike. No, I'm just kidding. Hit the like button if you can, please. I know it's the shameless promoter in me. I seem to have to ask it a couple times just to remember. So if you have come in and you haven't done so already, please do help us out by dropping a like so that more people know we're live today for this wonderful Friday. And got a different level of funk on this one. It looked a little bit like smoker stuff. I'm not entirely sure. You can tell where there's a lot of discoloration on this plastic. I want to say this one, unfortunately, is going to need a real deep cleaning because it probably needs it probably needs a deep bath from cigarette smudge. All right, let's go. This is a little bit weird. You got to go by this guide up top. You don't just get to have a number next to them. So the component is wired like this. You have your top wires, and that's how you go in for component input 2. There's a component input 1 down here, but so you can also use component input 1 as S-video on the side. So this is not independent. This first component input, it's daisy chaining or stealing the signals with this over here. So understand that. It's a weird feature on some of these televisions where they share an input, even though they're different things. And you cycle through the menu on this television, which I didn't show in pictures, and it actually just says S-video, AV, or component. Sorry, wrong direction. But how this works is, though that input, see how it's listed right here, is on that same direct line as this input down here and this audio input right here. So weird. Okay. Now you have your composite video in right here and stereo, and then you have an output again. So you can put these on loops. That's the cool thing about, I don't know why they did this, because I never did this growing up. And I don't remember anybody actually doing this, seeing this anywhere, where people had multiple TVs hooked up in their house on loops like that. Maybe somebody did. I never noticed it. And if anybody could think of that, please tell us a story. And then you have the same kind of thing going on right here, where you can use this as a video 3 input by using the green, the white, and the red together, or you can use all 5 of those together to do a component in 2 input. Yeah, I knew professional monitors can, right, Race? I just never thought, and hey, Stefan, I just never thought you would see that. I never thought of a practical use for that, unless you're recording something. I don't know. Was there anybody who actually ever did that in the family? I don't know. Never really remembered. Here we have Fat Boy, much wider. Much wider. You know I got the best pictures here. Look at this. There's the Hulkster. And more of the Hulkster. It looked awesome. This was a lot better. Like, it doesn't show, scan lines like a traditional scan line. But it looked awesome. So that was it for it being in use. Let me see if I go back to Twitter, if I can find the video, okay, of it being used. Yes, I can. It's right here. Make sure you got plenty of volume. We'll go back and start this video. Oh yeah, this is awesome.
That's right. I got the other Samsung trash pick CRT working. And wow, I really like this one. Flat screen. It's called the Dyna Flat Pro. I'll show you the model number here in a second. I just want you to see some of the, well, the best wrestling game in the world. What a throwback. Such a great entrance. Look at that. Get your N64 juices flowing. There's my man DDP, helping me get back in shape, taking a stop sign to the face. Here's that model number if you want to see it. Let's see. There you go. TXN 2745 something. Plethora of inputs. We're using S-Video on the side.
What? Love that. All right. That's a look at those two. Now what depending on how good these what'd you say, Cole? Oh, okay. Like, depending on how successful these like showdown videos are, and it's also going to depend on my ability to get rid of or move, I guess, some of these CRTs eventually. And but anyway, if like this is a good time where I could do a showdown next of these two facing off. So let's hope that those videos do well, and we'll keep going with them. And that'll be fun structure to do for a while. The live shows with the more in-depth things, and then the quick hitters with the showdown style where you get to actually look at more than one device. Well, folks, that's the, teasers for video. Let's go now and get things ready so we can actually look at this lovely, amazing CRT we have here to my right. And I think it might be on the left side of your screen. It's a Sony Trinitron. Let's check the model number here. Whoop, we're a little fuzzy. It's the TR24. The TR24. So before we do anything on the inside, let me look up some information on the TR24. And something tells me that if I look up the Sony KV 13 TR24, I'm going to end up at the CRT database. So shout out to Andy King there. Let's see what this has to say about this CRT. 27. Wait a second. Where's the 24? No, that says the 27. Interesting. Okay. Oh, PO17 looks like you did an overview on this. You're coming up here. All right, let's look at the manual for it. I'm finding the manual on Sony's website here. Pull that over to the side, and then I'll show you what I'm looking at, so you don't just have to look at my face. Okay. Let's look at here. Here we go. Blar. How could they actually have the warranty and safety information still available on this TV? Nah. Stupid. Come on, Sony. Do better than that for me. Okay. Well, that's not exactly what I was looking for. And see if anything shows up. There's a manual here. Yes, this is it. The P3B chassis, which apparently cannot be modified for S-Video, or it can be modified for S-Video, I think, but it cannot be modified for RGB. Zoom in a little bit here. And we'll see if there's anything important to look at. It's always good to do this. Check out the disassembly section of a thing before you actually take it apart. Right? Okay. Now this does have a remote control. I don't have the remote control for it, unfortunately. And Cole is snoring away. Snoring, snoring, snoring. Now this is some things I couldn't get to adjust because I didn't have the actual remote, of course, right? You can't enjoy the TV without the remote. Anyway, we're gonna skip these remote sections. This is what we need. Our dissection. Well, it doesn't even show us the removal of the shell, does it? That's interesting. Usually when you do this, it will show you how to remove the shell, but it doesn't appear to do that. And it looks like this TV may only have one board and it's on the side. Okay, well, this will be interesting. Let's open it up. Yeah, Snuffer Stuffer, throwing you off with the Friday stream. What's up? All right, let's... Anyway, you can find this on the Internet Archive, okay? You can find the actual manual here. But, just like everything from Sony, it leaves you wanting. You leave me wanting, Sony. Wanting more information. Oh, there we go. See, this is what I was looking for. I knew it would be somewhere. There's a parts breakdown. Shows you a little bit more on how this comes apart. It's so weird. It was showing me the board was on the side. Is it? I guess we'll see. Now, let's go back here to reality for a second. Let's open this thing and see what's inside. Okay. Yeah, I probably should just go ahead and pick up the remote to add it to the bundle. So this simple design, I do love the aesthetics. This is one of those that Sony got right with the aesthetics, but I don't believe it's just really basic kind of hardware. So we got some screws on the back here. I'm going to prop this up onto my actual workspace here. So I'm going to move some things around. I'm going to kick this playlist back on. And welcome back, folks. It is time now to open a CRT with Steve. The internet's CRT repairman. Oh, yes. She's heavy. She's heavy. Leaving you heavy today. Taking your troubles away. I knew I was using too short of a screwdriver. Let's bring out the big boy. Well, you can easily jam in there and penetrate deep into that plastic. Now, today's CRT comes in with a birth date of January of 1993. So everyone, we have a 30-year-old beautiful CRT. Oh, baby. How are we doing out there? Did everybody get freaked out? Woo! That's not the right spot. That's what she said. Screws are in there deep, you know. This 30 years of tried and true relationship there between plastic and brass that takes human interaction to break. I don't know if there's more than these. Yes, I see one at this little baby input board back here. We're gonna have one more screw at the very back. This is such a lovely screwdriver. I love this screwdriver because I can just sit back here and relax. Take out a lovely screw. Look at that thing. Focus, baby. Whew. Yes, so it's true. I've got a brass screw right here for you. Yeah, I do like these Trinitrons. So this is the plan. Let's get it juiced up and cleaned up. And the goal here is to let's be honest. This is going to be like a fundraiser part for the trip. I mean, for the convention trip. I do have a good portion of my expenses covered by the convention. Okay, like I do have a sponsor for that, and to try to offset some of the extra costs for time and things. That's why we'll be running the raffle for the CRTs. And what about up here? You guys want a dual view? And ladies and gentlemen, would you like a dual view? Let's see what it looks like from the desk view. You're gonna see I gave you a little bit of a hint there. We're gonna be using the PC Core graphics. Sunlight for the first time in 3 decades. Can you say you've been waiting that long? Actually, this isn't even sunlight. That's not fair. Sorry. And see, again, what were they talking about? What were they talking about in the manual when it said these boards were like on the side? I don't understand. Lovely. Lovely. All right. Here we are. First back here. We have very interesting design. We get the neck board and then just a main board down here. Speaker up on the side. Right up in here. Right over here where my finger is. And then our lovely anode cap, which we'll check out in a second. Excellent. Okay. Okay, cool. So let me bring you down to disassembly town. Okay? And whoop. Look at this high-tech show. Look at this high-tech show. Who else is doing this? Huh? Who else is doing this stuff, right? I mean, this is, you have to admit, it's at least a unique experience. Right? So what we're going to do is we're going to disassemble this thing. I'm going to get you a view in here so you can see it better. And watch me as I go, so to speak. Because I'm going to pull this board, this whole board. And then we're going to clean it up. We'll put it back in there. And make some adjustments. Let me give you a little bit better view, I hope. Maybe, yeah, that's better. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay. There we go. So I'm going to start, there's a clip. Not a clip. It's not even a clip, but it's a bendable piece here that's got a plastic coating that I'm just pulling that out of the way. So it's not going to keep tension on that power cable right there. And this power cable, can stay here with this shell. It doesn't matter because it also can come out from right there. Our AC power cable right there, like that. All right. No, we're not taking a power. This is the, if you want to go back, Chulo Dog, you can watch at the beginning. We've gone through the first two big ones, and we're starting with the Sony that we're taking apart. It's a smaller one. I can't fit that Samsung down here right now. So this is a 13-inch Sony KV13 TR24. All right, so if I direct your attention over here, I'm gonna undo this clasp, this plastic clasp or clip, and then we have this cable right here. This is a degaussing cable. This is where the degausser would connect down into the board right there, and I don't believe it matters which orientation you have it in, but I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna put a black mark where the actual black end is on its own, so I'm gonna have to come back and refer to that, because I don't know that it matters on a degaussing coil if you put it in backwards, but hold tight with me and let me. All right, I'm back. I'm grabbing a marker. And I'm gonna put a mark on the side that has, down here, I'm gonna put a mark on the side that has the black cable right here. So that's the inside. There we go. Now we'll know where it goes. And so other things when we're going to disassemble this, we need to unplug, right? So I don't think we're going to have to unplug anything else on the input board right here. No, that all looks good. Now there's a cable right here that's we're going to pull. I'm going to keep all these boards together when I pull them. So I'm going to keep, I'll back up a little, give you a little better view from a higher elevation now. But I'm going to pull the neck board off, and then I'm going to pull all the boards as a bundle right there. Okay? So we're going to, we've got that disconnected. We just have to make sure that a couple things are completely disconnected to do that the right way. So another thing I need to disconnect is our yoke cable. So wherever the yoke is bundled in, so there's another one of these little things right here that this little guy right here that holds the cable bundle to the board. You got undo that. And this bundle, I don't know whether this is what I'm looking for or not. So this is interesting. I'm doing this clasp. Let's see what's going on here, because I just need this bundle. That's what I thought. I was confused for a second. I thought, does this bundle go into the neck board and then down to the main board for a deflection yoke? Because if so, I have never seen that in my life. I didn't think Sony would be that wild with anything. Like, why would they make that different? So what I've just disconnected, and hey everybody, I have still not discharged this television, so maybe we'll get lucky and it'll spark. Discharge has not happened yet, Abe, so we'll do that in a second. So this is one thing you have to unplug. It's the deflection yoke, okay? And horizontal and vertical deflection. And that ties around to the yoke that's attached to the tube. So that's got to stay there. And then if I look over here, you could see it really well from that. I have to disconnect this. This is a ground connection. I hope you all are doing wonderful and enjoying today's show. Thank you everybody who has hit the like button so far. It really does help. I can tell. There's been more people here. The show's continuing to grow. Now look, I know it's going to be a huge anomaly and that there's going to be a lot more people at the last episode because it's safety. It's a topic everybody gets crazy about. I put it down and tweeted about it being like the forbidden topic. And so that's, you know, that's to be expected to get high numbers for that, high like ratio. So but please, if you can and you haven't already, do that for me. It does help. And if you have, thank you again for doing it. All right, you saw me. I just removed the neck board right here, and all the pins are okay. And there we go. And see, this is that cable for the ground loop, and I'm saving the best for last, which is the cable right here, which is our anode cable. Okay. Good, Joe. Glad to hear that. Okay. Glad everybody who wants to watch this is enjoying it. I just want to make sure that, oh yeah, so see this primary board is not secured with anything, so it's ready to pull out. She's ready to be pulled out, ladies and gentlemen. We just have one more step to accomplish here. Let's see if we get a spark. Let's see if we get a zapparoo. Now, normally I wouldn't do it like this, but what the heck. I'm going to actually hook the other end of this up to my ground rod. To the ground, loop the grounding out of my house. Oh, the speaker. Oh, thank you. I was wondering what you were talking about. Thanks for reminding me. I almost did try to pull it out with it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Sorry, folks. I almost made a mistake. Thank you for the help, P.O. I do need to disconnect the audio speaker down here. See, it's right here. You can see it. Like, dummy, don't do it. Disconnect A7. It's a largie. So this is just right down here in the middle. Try to see if you can see that one right there. There we go. That's better. There we go. There we go. Thank you for your help. Group effort. Alright, we'll disconnect this. Zzz. Zzz. Okay. Alright, folks. I really am going to take a second here and just remind everybody that, folks, this is a live show and anything can happen. And just because I am foolish enough to do a thing here in front of you, the live audience, doesn't mean that you should go and attempt this same stunt without knowing full well what you're about to partake in. So, with those lovely last words, let me proceed with our next step, and that would be my favorite part, discharging. Oh gosh. Oh. I just do not know what's wrong with me, folks. I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize to you wonderful people. I do. And if those were my final words, then shame on me. Let's find a good spot to plug into, because I don't really want to plug in over to the house. It's going to be too awkward. So I've got it on the ground plate, which is just a plate like this plate right here. You see this piece of metal? There's another piece of that on the bottom. So, man, I wish it's not going to zap. Sony, right? And get at least, I'd like to get. It's not going to zap, right? But what if it did zap? What if it did zap? Is this going to be the moment that's the peak moment of this stream, of this show? I've put too much pressure on myself. Let me fold this lip back for all of you. I just don't think it's going to. You see that metal? Can you see it? Man, I've got to get... Oh, I can't get too close to it. The foolishness of this person named Steve. There it is. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, baby, no zap, unfortunately. What an unsatisfactory climax for you all. I'm sorry to disappoint. We need to find a Toshiba that's 14 inches on the double. So there you go. That's what that center looks like right there. Got a little bit of grease. And do you understand how that works? Let me show you. Let's get a little close here. So, the way this works is, see, it just closes. Like, that's the idea. You're just putting enough pressure to push this together, so then it releases out of the anode hole where the cap attaches to, and then it just spreads apart what's inside there, and it makes contact with the ring inside there, which is down in that darkness right there. Right there. Right there. And that's not a deep hole. It doesn't go all the way down to the tube. It's very small. There you go. Folks, I survived to tell another day. And I know if all of you could, you'd like it. You'd like the video again for me. But YouTube won't let you do it once. So that's okay. Let's get that tool out of here. And now we're ready. Folks, we're ready now. Let me go back to the facial view. We can move our camera to a better spot. Yes, that would be nice, wouldn't it? That would be fun. Let's pull this board. It's just going to come. It's just going to come right out. And I want to see if that looks... Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, that's okay. So this is fine. Everything's disconnected and out of the way. Double check all that. And look. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, yes. All right. Before we get freaky with this board, let's do some stuff with this over here. Now, look. The caps could hold a little charged spiritual light, Or I don't know why you call it spiritual light, spiral light. Spiritual light. That's what we're exuding on today's Friday stream. What can I say? Oh. Who knew you could finally connect the spiritual with the material, and all it would take is a old CRT. The grease? Are you wanting to know dielectric grease? Yes. Sorry. So I'm just taking a simple horsehair brush here, which is non-conductive. And I'm going to get in here and just paint some happy little trees on this CRT gun, okay? Now, one thing you don't want to do is this area I'm sweeping, brushing, is the area that controls convergence and purity. Okay? And you need to, everybody knows about the rings, usually. Everybody usually knows about these rings. They control purity and convergence. So you don't want to move them. So hopefully they're still in place. And, you know, it's not a bad idea to go in here and make a mark. Leave your mark, they say. They say when you've been somewhere, let them know you were there. So we'll leave our mark here, and we're going to put a line here so that all these, we know if anything ever happens and these move, we'll align them all on that mark. We'll line them up on that point. We even got a little spot there on the yoke. And you never know. Those things could shift, and it could ruin your day. So that's been marked. Hopefully that's all stays. But the other thing is this little guy. No one ever sees this thing usually. This is an additional part that can slide, shift, pull out, and fall out. And it's a fork. It goes in there, and it's got more magnets on it. And it controls your purity, your yoke control. So folks, I just dusted frickin' 30-year-old gosh darn dust into my face. That's the most dangerous thing I've ever done on stream. Can you believe that? Wow. So get in there. Give them some broad strokes. Knock all that dirt off. We gotta get that top level dirt out of the way. We're already seeing some. I think I already snuffleupagus half of it up my lovely sinuses. I'm gonna have a wonderful evening of hacking and coughing. Oh baby, let's get aggressive now. Let's get aggressively. Get in there and sweep, sweep, sweep. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Sweep away. Alright, interesting. Nothing out of the ordinary here. Yoke's looking good. Excellent. Whoa! Now that was almost a doozy. Look at that, folks. That was almost right in my... I was about to smash myself with this CRT tube. That was going to be not very fun. Yeah, this one looks pretty good. I mean, 30 years, you would expect it to look much worse inside than this if it had been smoked in it at all, or... I mean, it probably wasn't even used too much. That's even better. Let me move the camera. Sorry, folks. Let's get jerky for a second. And show you something else here. This is my little dust blower. Let's hopefully protect ourselves. Holy hootsie mama, look at this thing. We got the dust. Woo! Man, it's some kind of dust pocket in there. It's like the Dust Bowl. Oklahoma Dust Bowl of 1920. Just had that happen at the back of this CRT yoke. Stay out there yonder. Before you get a blast of that right to the sinus. That's my old hillbilly relative farmer that I probably was in a past life. Steve Nutter. All right. Excellent. Excellent, folks. Hope everybody's having fun. Woo! No, I don't got the air compressor down here. I just got this one. That's right. Matt. Handy dandy blower. You just double click to engage the automatic mode and blow that dust into oblivion. All right, there we go. We'll need some more of that in a minute because I gotta clean the boards also. Remember, so if you missed the first time I blasted dust in my face, you'll get another chance. This is awesome. Really feeling good today, folks. Except for the fact that I left something upstairs. Now, I wouldn't normally recommend this, okay? But sometimes you just got to improvise. And I'd rather not waste a lot of you wonderful people's lovely time here by going upstairs and trying to find an actual paper towel. So we're going to use Charmin instead. And, oh, this is so velvety. You know, I understand everybody loves this stuff. Okay. We're going to use this to polish up over here. Polish this glass encased CRT gun here. I'm about to go right there and do that. Yeah, I don't recommend using canned air because I'm sorry if that camera's glitching out. Don't worry, it'll stop in a second. Sometimes it does that. I'm waiting for Prime Day to replace it. Actually, Logitech, and I don't have any hookups with anybody like that, but Logitech has a new presentation camera coming out called the Reach. And I don't believe it's going to be out that soon, but that's really what I want because it's a bendable for presentation style stuff. And it's much higher resolution. And right now I'm capped at 1080 30 frames, which is not a problem. I don't care about that. But what I don't want is I don't want glitching out. I don't want a bunch of wasted resources on things like firmware updates or not firmware. I'm sorry, bloatware. You know what I mean? It's the crap that nobody wants. Like that Razer camera is junk because it has so much software. And I don't know what it's doing behind the scenes, but it's It's caused my machine to crash so many times it's been retired. So this Logitech camera hopefully will save the day soon. I just have to wait for it to come out. And then it's like a whole presentation thing. It's perfect. All right. Yeah, this is just like, if it's soft enough for your bum, if it's soft and velvety enough for your bum, it's definitely good enough for a CRT tube. Look at that. I mean, can you see it? Tell me, can you? Like, right there? Can you see it? I can. I see it. It's your reflection. It's right there. Yeah. Yeah. You knew there would come a time when I would no longer require this. There was always going to be a moment when I would no longer require this to be cheesy. And we're getting very close, okay? We're getting very close. I will no longer need this guide. I will have plenty of bad jokes oozing from my mouth soon enough. This is our yoke cable. I told you before. Those just go straight up here into the yoke windings, and that's where all that lovely deflection occurs. That lovely deflection. Such a miracle. All that, right? So this is our tube number. Look at that. You're going to get to see what kind of tube is in this. We have, first off, this side. Do you see where it's got this dull paint? Don't wipe that I mean, you could go over it very lightly, but don't wipe it because it will remove that, and that's not meant to be removed, okay? That's Aquadag. It's meant to be there. You need it there. You don't want to remove it. You'll see through your tube then. A34JBU10X tube. All right. Okay. That's pretty good. Oh, yeah. So there's some grease up here. Dielectric grease. I'm going to rub the rest of that out. You know. We'll put some fresh on there before we put it back together. Or when we put it back together. But for now, we'll do that. Wipe that all out. Now, there's pretty much nothing else inside of its shell. There's some button plastic, and that's really it. There's nothing in the front. There's a warning on here about the tube. Knocking. Sometimes dust, you just gotta touch it, or it won't blow off. Especially if it's been there for 30 years. It's dedicated. You know? That's true dedication. 30 years to be attached to something. For 30 years. Alright. I'm gonna give it one more blowjob. Yes, I did say that in a completely harmless way. Is that even okay? Like, is it okay to say that? How bad has this been? Like, I literally just said I'm about to give this a blowjob in a completely normal sense, right? You ready, Sony? Am I the only one here? Is the audience run away yet? You should if you haven't already, because you may get in trouble for watching this. I don't know. Maybe this is the time when I finally ruin everybody's fun. I hope not. We're all adults, right? We all need a good laugh sometimes, and laugh at me if you can, or whatever. All right. Good stuff. Excellent. So we can probably set this aside. I'm not worried about cleaning the outside. I think that if we can get this all put together and tested, that might be quite an accomplishment today, because I'm already getting close to get my hard deadline. Oh baby, I'm on fire today. Here we go. So now we're going overhead, and similarly to what I just did with that, I'm gonna come in here and sweep this place clean. Sweeping. That's all I'm talking about. That's all I'm talking about here. I understand it has noise cancellation. Did it just... Oh, it does have awesome noise cancellation. Oh, good. I thought you were saying I was canceled. Just kidding. I hope everybody gets to at least have this fun one day a year at work, okay? Please. I hope everybody gets the opportunity to have this much fun at least one day a year at work. I want to make sure I don't, like, there's a switch right here, for example. It's probably just a spot that will decide whether it's left or right leaning. There's another one. You could take all these and make some awesome punchlines. So I don't want to mess with that switch. There's other dials on here. I'm not quite sure what they're doing, but I'm sure that some of them, like this okay, there are. We'll look at it here. We'll look closer because they are doing some adjustments, and I'll show you. And yes, I highly recommend that little thing. I mean, it's a pain in the neck because you do have to charge it a lot. The AFMAT little blow jobber. But it saves you because I think it's like $50 or something, and you can get that on Prime Day. Okay, I think that's coming up if you're in the United States, like the 10th. I'm gonna make this a priority to finally put together a parts list of things and tools and everything and publish it somewhere, and that way all this stuff will be in one central spot. So you can go, oh, what's he using? And I'll go, oh, check out the parts list. Go there, and then I get like, you know, a 3 to 5% commission, so you're actually helping out the channel, and it doesn't even, like, it doesn't cost you any money extra. You'll actually get the best Amazon price. So I just need to do that. That would just be a benefit for really everybody. And then I could, but then I also would save myself time, where I wouldn't have to tell anybody where to go to look for things. I could just say, go to this spot, and you'll find it. And look, it's not like huge pressure. I still have, what it is it's a supplemental tool to not having to go up and use the big time air compressor every time, right? It saves me that. Before, I would have to go in here and do this outside originally or upstairs, because I have the big massive one up there that's a shop air compressor, and this makes it so you don't actually have to do that. Like, you can sit here and I can do this from here instead of having to worry about going in and taking this upstairs, taking it out there. It's much handier. I've actually, like, I used to always use my big powerful one, and now I only use the big powerful one to clean shells. And I promised you. What did I tell you? I was gonna blast myself in the face again, and that was not intentional. Okay, that one went in my mouth. Damn it, man, that didn't taste good. No, folks, that doesn't taste good. Not at all. Okay. Hey, did I remind you that Every time you click that like button, it helps me a lot. It helps me not ingest one particle of the 200 that I just inhaled. Yep, that's what your like can do. Thank you. Thank you all. And with that being said, let's continue on. I'll try to back up. I'll put the stuff on my face because that's not a good spot to be digging in. Nope, that's not a good spot. Whew! Man, this smells like, I don't know, like you walked into a thrift store and, you know, you're digging through stuff and it just has that old smell. That old smell. Now, this is actually a nice looking board. This board doesn't have a lot of anything on it. Quite clean, you know? Look at that. That's what I love to see, baby. Beauty. Beauty at its finest. The good thing is, yeah, this is going to be a nice treat for somebody to pick up. It does not have a lot of wear and tear on it at all. Parts are still in great shape. And hopefully I didn't do any damage while I was dancing around acting like a fool here on the show today. I don't believe I did. So we'll get to put it back together here. Neck board has actually probably been hand soldered, resoldered, looks like. No bad solder joints to see on there. Cool. Neck board, look at this, a neck board with no capacitors. That's awesome too, because then you don't have to worry about heat. Well, it has a capacitor. I didn't mean no capacitors. I meant no capacitors that you really have to worry about disintegrating or deteriorating, like electrolytics. We've got potentiometers here that control, can you see it? Blue drive, green drive, blue, black, blue, green, black, and then red, black, I think is what those say. BKG, I think that's what it says. I can't remember what that stands for. But that's the darker parts of the colors. And then what else we got? Sub bright. So that's actually the sub bright is on the neck board right here. And that's what I need to adjust because it's just too bright. So that's cool. That's what I need to adjust. Down here we have, this is great to have, by the way, to have these adjustments on a set like this. This is our horizontal static convergence control right here. So we'll tweak that, make sure that's good. This is our screen potentiometer right here. So our G2 voltage is controlled from here, similarly to the PVMs. And same thing over here, focus. We have focus. So if we want to touch up our focus, we'll do that. Okay? And if we look down in here, we'll find some other things to adjust, right? This would be sync separation chroma, Y amplifier. Not really going to be worried about these. Horizontal oscillation, right? Okay, like that's not what we need to be adjusting. We got sub contrast right here, and then sub hue. So there is some color adjustment again, right? We can do right there. Come over here, we have an audio level adjustment. I've never seen one of those. Potentiometer for an audio level adjustment. Some of these are not marked, so it's FV. I'm not sure what that means, so I would refer to the manual before even touching that. Video level over in this area. Vertical size right here. So vertical size is controlled right there. I don't see any other. That's insane. I don't see any other controls. Like they're missing. There's a vertical linearity spot missing. I just don't see wheels to adjust the other stuff. That's crazy. Okay. So that's the thing. You don't get a lot of adjustment. Maybe there's some adjustment in the logic. I don't know. I don't know. So this is our board. I'm gonna give it the same treatment I gave its tube. It is a much deserving blow job after all that sweep down. We're gonna give it a blowjob too. I just need to cover up. Just need to put on some protection before I get in here and do this. Good enough. That's what they always say. It's good enough. You know, you did it. You attempted. You did it. You did it. All right. Before you get double vision there. Before you get too much double vision, let's put the tube and the party back together and let's get this band reunited. See if we can't have ourselves a little fun with the reunion tour, you know? Gonna get the old neck board together with the tube and the deflection board for one last hoorah. Yeah! That's that strength, baby. What numbers? Strength. Good, good, good. Yeah. All right. Let's get the board back in here. And this, I mean, I don't even think I have to show you that from that angle. You may be able to see right there. So I'm just sliding this back in where it was. I'm going to make sure that's up and out of the way. And these other cables are up and out of the way. Everything's out of the spots that I'm going in. And just slide this bad boy down in there. You see, maybe I can get you a view. How about that? Okay. And just as she left a second ago, she's going right back in. She's going right back in. Just like that. Take your time. You don't want to force anything against its will. You know? Whoa, see, I almost did. I don't know what that was. Okay, there we go. It's in there. All right, see you, PO. Thanks for hanging out. All right. Now, we got to reconnect some stuff, don't we? Let's get this. Wait, first off, okay, see, I'm just reconnecting this yoke assembly just to get it out of the way. That's the first thing. What else did we disconnect? We had a speaker connection that we need to reconnect over in here. Not sure if you can see it. Let me get you there. See, right there. Oh, look at that. We have... I've really been just doing a disservice to all of you. I apologize for not having that light on earlier. I'm also going to make sure the other cables are nicely seated and connected. All right. I've got this degaussing cable, which remember was one of the first things we disconnected. The black cable goes over here, just like that. And the white on the other side, just like that. And that's the power cable. The only thing left, from what I can tell, is if we look back here now, I'm gonna reattach the neck board. Let's see. Okay, so what I'll first connect here is a ground cable right there. Doesn't matter which way you stick that in, it's the same. I'm gonna slip that right over there. I'm gonna push from the center, slide it right over top there and push it in there. All those pins are lined up. That's all you need to do. Everything's good. Except for big Zappy over here. We need to make sure we just rub him down and reconnect him. So I do need something else. I can't use Sherman for that. That's too soft. Oh boy. Hey, if you're wondering what my boy Cole's doing, he's all right. Isn't this crazy? He's been sleeping the whole time. You can hear him. All right. Do I think it needs a cap kit? No, not from what I've seen so far. I wouldn't do that unless... So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell it for a price, or I'm going to have it raffled, and then if somebody... I don't want to invest a bunch of money into it. If somebody, you know... Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to offer a couple CRTs at the show, and then I'm going to be prepared to do a restoration on the site of one of them or two of them if somebody wants to pay me to do that, right? So if you want to pay me the price and the labor to restore this, I'll bring caps with me and my tools, and I'll sit there in the live RetroTech booth where I'll be, and I will restore this CRT fully. And if not, I'll just sell it. I'll just sell it in the raffle. Okay, cool. Look, there's the cap, fully cleaned up now. No, it's a bit too close to the camera, but that's it. Now, you don't have to get too creative or anything when you add this next ingredient. But and yeah, you don't have to really do too much. I've got this right here. This is dielectric grease, premium dielectric grease from CRC, and I'm just going to open it up, and I'm just going to squirt some of this grease up in that hole, baby. You know, you gotta lube it. You don't have to do any more than that. That's all you really need. Right up in that hole, and then I'm gonna just stick this guy. I'm gonna pinch it back together, and I'm gonna stick it in there and wiggle it around so that all gets all inside this cap nicely and stuff. All that grease, get it greasy. Just like that. And then I'll try to slide it back and forth. Okay. And that's all she wrote right there. Look how clean that looks now. Remember how we started? Let's give it one last blow. All right, good. Now I'm gonna reconnect some of these cable connections just to, keep these bundles of cables kind of together and out of the way a little bit, like they were originally. So we'll bundle all these together, and then that should be good. And there's one more cable. You guys are probably laughing at me. It wouldn't matter. You wouldn't be able to start it without the next cable, which is the power cable. It's over here. It's supposed to get connected down over here, remember? First thing we removed. Yeah, that needs to go back. So I think that this connected maybe both of these, maybe just the degaussing cable, maybe not. I'm not sure. It's very tiny. It's very tiny, so it looks like it just maybe connected two of them. I don't know. I'll just do that. Let me get this power cable in, and we're gonna fire this bad boy up. And hopefully we did no harm. Hopefully, we did no harm. All right, so yeah, if you want to get services done, I mean, you really should just go check out my Patreon account. I think that is linked in the description. It should be. And that's where you can get any kind of information about that. There's also a wait list there, so it's not as if you get your quote and then you have plenty of time to think about it. Because, or even if you have to, I don't know, some people, if you have to save up, I'm not sure situation is, but if you want it, yeah, you can go in there and check out information in Patreon. That's where all the work gets done. That's who gets to get work done. There we go. We'll put that back in there. We'll clamp that guy down to hold that in place. That's what I didn't do. I didn't use this to clamp that one down on the neck. Let's do that. And that's everything. Let's see what happens. We're about to put this. We've been tearing down this Trinitron, cleaning it up, checking it out. If anybody's come, this is one of the ones that's been in the haul of just random CRTs. This one did not come from the trash. It was gifted to the channel, but the other couple from the beginning were from the trash can. Let's switch to the main camera. And let's try to get a test screen done in here, because I am running low on minutes here. We're almost to 2 hours for today's stream, which that's not normal. Usually we're only about an hour and a half show, so we're in overtime. And folks, remember, I will have an awesome new video out tomorrow, actually 23 hours from now. You'll be able to enjoy that awesome video. To be a short punch of the Watchmen series. And I mean the CRT Watchmen, as in the Mega Watchmen and the Color Watchmen. You know what I'm talking about if you saw the beginning of the stream. All right, let's see. I need one thing. Don't need that. What I need is I need to plug in some video signal here. So this right here is our audio. It has mono audio, and this set has composite video input. Then I'm going to be using my PC Engine, Core Graphics, composite video out of that machine. No, I did use sound effects, but not disgusting ones this time. I was trying to find something and it just wasn't coming together, and I didn't want it to be like a gimmick, so I tried some other thing, but nothing like gross. Maybe I'll do one more gross one on another video before Halloween. I need to come up with a good transition to go with it, like a dissolving face into a CRT. Dissolving face into a CRT. Like melting. I wanted to get something really wet. I found some good sound effects, that's for sure. All right, I'm turning that on. I don't have power into it yet. Two things I don't have power. Two things that don't have power: the console or the TV, because the surge protector's turned off. Now this TV likes to pop on whenever I actually just seem to plug it in and power it on. Okay, so it could very well just pop right on when you first plug it in. It likes to do that. I'm not really sure why. It turns right off and acts completely normal after that. Look at this. I got people blowing me up right now. I'm gonna name drop. I got Corey from My Life in Gaming trying to get me to do stuff too. Just texting me. Yeah, baby. Let's get this thing fired up. Now, again, I'm gonna turn this surge protector on. This TV may just go poop and not work. May poop and turn on. I'm not sure. I'm gonna step on it. Step on it so I don't accidentally get my face behind there. Oh, there it came on and it went right off, it sounded like. Okay. I think we got... Yeah. Okay, there we go. I feel it powering on. I've got the power! Yeah! We got it. We got it. But look at the brightness. It's very sharp. Very sharp. Very sharp. Just too bright. You know? Too bright. Too bright. I can't even see what I'm doing here. 2023, I think that's the one I want. There we go. And watch me. Watch me now. Watch me now. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to shock myself. At least I don't plan to. I'm going to turn down the brightness on this set. Okay? I can't really get you back there. Can't really get you back there. See there? Oh yeah, that looks good, baby. There we go. That is looking good. I like that. I like the way that looks. All right, let's see about maybe going over here and hitting that monoscope. Oh, I love it. Let's see. Does that come down if I press A? Whoops. I'm gonna give Keith a hard time if it does not. Look at that, it doesn't come down. Oh, there we go. I knew it would come down. Okay. Let's do it like that. I know it seems like it's going in and out of focus a bit. That's really just the camera, unfortunately. I'm going to do an adjustment to this horizontal static convergence so you can see it, though. See how that gets those beams misaligned? Spin that baby back. Let's get them tight. There we go. That's it right there. That's the money shot. I have to get under here for this focus knob. Hopefully I don't zap myself. Wow, we got some sharpness increase. We got everything going good today for this lovely Sony, which you, my friend, if you are going to be at the Music City Multicon, let me show you what I'm talking about here. Let me give you a little taste of what I'm saying. Let me show you what I mean, okay? If you're going to be, all you have to do is do this. Go to your oogly googly machine and or any search engine, type in musiccitymulticon.com. Hit enter. You'll be taken to this site and you'll get information about October 27th and 29th in the Nashville area. You could come to this amazing convention. I will be there. My friend, go down here to the bottom list, the D-listers, okay? You're not, hey, I'm on the list. I'm on the list. And I may be at the bottom of the list, the D-listers, but I'm on the list. I mean, this is when you know, you talk to people that are ordinary people and you can really impress them and make them laugh by saying, hey, look at this. Here's my boy, Danny Trejo. Everybody knows who Danny Trejo is. And you go, oh, look, who's down here with him at the bottom? Anyway, you can get this lovely CRT from me. And heck, if you want me to, I'll sign it. I'll put a nice, big, fat, juicy autograph on top. Ooh. You see that? I'm not sure what just happened. Let's watch the tube, make sure nothing happened. I thought on stream I saw it jump, but it might have just been a camera. The camera thing. Okay. Of course, the board is open and everything, so it's not exactly the safest setup. But if you want to check this out, man, you can come get this come get this lovely set. Come buy your raffle ticket at the Music City Multicon. I've already got a plan for that. You can get Danny Trejo to sign it. I'm actually getting a 8-inch PVM, and I'm hopefully going to get it signed by all the wrestlers until I run out of money. They added Farouk, Ron Simmons. They added Farouk and someone else. Oh, I can't remember. It's killing me. Anyway, there's somebody else has been added to the guest list. It's pretty awesome. 2 more wrestlers. Anyway, that's the chance. It's a chance of a lifetime. Now, look, I really appreciate everybody. If you don't mind, if you haven't already, please, again, sorry to keep busting your chops about this, but if you can, click the like button. We've come to the climax of the show. A 2-hour show today for Friday. How awesome. I want to say the reason this show is so good is literally because of you guys in the audience. I have such a fun time, working back and forth with a lot of you and seeing so many of you here on a normal basis. I feel like I'm fully comfortable, in what I'm doing, and I'm having a good time. I hope you are enjoying it too. And I just say thank you for showing up today on the stream. The plan is for there to be a full video coming tomorrow, Saturday. And then we'll have another show just like this. It's going to be live. It's going to probably be more about these CRTs because I've got 2 or 3 more that I've gotten on a trash haul that I need to get fixed up. And so we'll probably have to do part 2 of this next Monday. Anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you Monday. And, be good to each other. See you next time. Till I hit the end broadcast button. Bye-bye.